everyone. How are you doing today? So, just finished up working out. Sorry, my face is a little red. Was outside doing some running and jump rope and squats and things of that nature. But, anyways, it looks like the Santa Clara County shelter in place order is wrapping up this week. Looks like it'll be a total of 10 or 11 weeks. And I was just sitting at my desk trying to think back to, what, if anything, do I hope we kind of learn from this shelter in place? We're going to specifically focus this on real estate investing, which is what this channel is. There's obviously been lots and lots of things going on, but we're going to keep these 5 lessons to what is really a part of the one rental at a time sort of umbrella story. The first one is just how important it is to understand need versus want. I shared with you 5 or 6 weeks ago that I was shocked when I looked at my credit card statement when I hadn't gone out and about for a month, just how much smaller that statement was. When you're not going to restaurants, you're not just indiscriminately buying this or that. It was pretty eye-opening. I had not tracked my wants versus needs with any great regularity for the last 6 to 8 years. And to do that again, to really appreciate just how much spending happens on wants versus needs is important. I think in an environment that it is coming out of a recession, I don't think there's any question that the first half will be declared a recession. Really sitting down and understanding what your needs versus wants are important. It's actually step 2 of the 75-day hard challenge for real estate investors, where you're tracking your expenses. And then I think it's number 7, where you go in and you look at your weekly performance about what you're doing. So again, for me, even for someone who's been doing this a while, it is always eye-opening to see, what I spend on my needs versus just how much extra is just wants that really could be saved for a rainy day. Number 2 is, the importance of a side hustle, right? Just in the last 10 weeks, we've seen roughly 40 million unemployed. We'll likely get a 7-figure number again tomorrow that comes out Thursday morning. So understanding that, there is a business cycle, there is an economic cycle, and the ability to have a side hustle, whether that's, driving Uber or Lyft, or buying rental properties on the side, getting, burring properties, buy, repair, rent, refi, whatever that is for you. Having that income or that extra come from something else not only does you well during a downturn, but really allows you to have better options. So you're not reacting from a kind of an emergency mindset. So the ability to have or run a side hustle is important. It's easier to do that if you're going to do investments when you're saving, again, to point 1, your needs versus wants. Something that's important for number 3, and I had never thought about this before. It had never been part of my, my review of the consumer, but this is space is important. Space is valuable. Everybody remembers the last crisis, and I think it's very clear that this health crisis is going to teach the consumer that space is important. We're already seeing exodus of New York and San Francisco. San Francisco, just read this morning, had rent drop of 9.7%. I believe that was in the SF Chronicle just on Monday. I think it might have been Sunday. I read it Monday. But again, space is valuable, and when people are exiting markets like New York and San Francisco for the suburbia, they're going for houses. They want that backyard, front yard. It's if it has to be your office and your home and your school and your gym, space is important. That's the one that really led me to believe that, need some more single family homes, need some more one rental at a time, because I do think the single family home bought below the median is going to be the best asset for the next 10 years. Number four is something I've heard for years, but I never really appreciated just how powerful they are until this crisis. And that is, don't fight the Fed. don't fight the Fed. The Fed has pumped in arguably $3 trillion into the economy here in the last 10 weeks in record fashion, like a drunken sailor on Liberty. We have seen a V-shaped recovery without a doubt in the S&P, NASDAQ, and Dow. Liquidity has to go somewhere. And the asset price of the day seems to be the stock market. Again, I wouldn't have guessed with nearly 40 million, what likely be 42 or 43 million unemployed in 10 weeks. I didn't believe the Fed, with the tools that I've understand and seen them use before, that they could do it. And they did. And they haven't even come out with their Main Street lending program yet. That's something they're still teasing. And it's amazing to think that what that might be. So again, man, when the Fed gets focused, watch out. Pretty crazy. And then number 5, I've seen this before. It was a big part of our journey in the last crisis, and that is lending. Lending can change overnight. Lending can change, as it changed quickly for the flippers, people who are relying on short-term debt. I just want to say hi to the folks in Miami and Ireland that have just reached out. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. But again, back to lending. It could change overnight. It not only changes for investors, but we have seen lending change for owner occupants. We have seen the jumbo market, right? The market that arguably was doing okay change. We've seen now lending by Wells Fargo in the auto, specifically used cars, change. We've seen JP Morgan a couple of times change. We've seen equity lines get canceled, new seconds get canceled. So again, lots of things going on, lots of things to appreciate. So again, those are my 5 lessons that I've internalized during this crisis. Again, sitting here thinking about the last 10 or 11 weeks. There's obviously more. Love to hear what you've seen or experienced. But for me, need versus wants, very important. Side hustle, very important. Space is valuable, which was net new to me. Don't fight the Fed has never been truer, as experienced in this crisis. And then finally, the lending market can change overnight. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for always being there for me. Hit that like button, subscribe, whatever you'd like. Take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day.